Hi everybody, it's Stephanie Cook from Team Triceps. I put this income estimator spreadsheet together mostly for my own use, but I thought it'd be really helpful for everyone else as well. I think it's pretty comprehensive and pretty easy to understand, but I did want to give a brief overview of just how you complete it so that you can work on it on your own and kind of play around with it a little bit and figure out some different scenarios for you as far as what your direct commissions should be versus your team cycles, how you need to set up your team, things like that. So I'm just going to walk you through this here, and just to get started, you know, when we're done, when you fill this out, if you have any questions, you can feel free. I have my contact information up here on the top, my website, email, and Facebook, stephaniecookwellness.com. And some of you I may be personal friends with on Facebook as well, so you can definitely reach out to me with questions. But I encourage you to learn how to use this if you think that it's something that you'll use in the future, just so that, you know, you understand it fully. So I'm just going to walk you through filling this spreadsheet out. So you see on the top here it says update information in yellow cells only. So don't touch anything in a non-yellow cell because it will break the spreadsheet, and you'll have to be really, really nice to me to get me to fix it for you. That's probably not true, but you know, I'll probably fix it for you, but I may not be happy about it. So, you know, just follow the directions. So let's go through here. We're going to start at the top at the goals and status. So required monthly take home after taxes. So I'm going to assume, for the sake of assuming, that this is my part-time job, okay? So, and I want to earn just $1,000 extra a month. Now your assumed tax rate. So this can vary anywhere between really 30 and 40%, I believe. I live in Philadelphia, which has a lot of crazy local taxes, so I'm going to be conservative and assume 40%. So where you live, it might be a lot lower. The next cell we don't fill out, but you can see these cells are starting to auto-populate for us. Retirement savings. So I'm going to assume that I want to save 5% of this salary towards retirement. And now I have a note here, but you know, I am not a retirement expert. I kind of just added this retirement savings onto the total. So I did 5% of this required monthly income pre-tax and then added it. That may not be the way to do it, but I think it's acceptable for estimation purposes. So it should be fine. And if anything, I think it's more conservative as opposed to less conservative, so it's probably fine for you. Now over here on the coach status, this is really important to fill out. So you want to enter whatever your status is for Beachbody. So if you're a diamond coach, a ruby coach, emerald, or just regular coach. And if you are a star coach, like a 1-star diamond, a 5-star diamond, you just want to enter the number here. So if I was a 1-star diamond, I would just put in 1 like that. I am going to assume that this person is a ruby coach. Okay, just for the sake of assuming. Now let's move down here. So we're going to go into sales projections for the month. So let's say as a Ruby coach, I want to be making Success Club 5 every month. So Success Club 5 means that I will be selling 2 challenge packs every month. And Sarah Try and I decided that we would assume $60 as an average challenge pack commission. Now that number can vary, and so that's why I left it in yellow. You can change that however you see fit. For Success Club 5, if I sell 2 challenge packs, I need to sell 1 Shakeology Home Direct. And then I'm at my 5, and then I'm going to assume for this person that they've been coaching for a little while, and let's say they have 10 people on residual Shakeology Home Direct orders. Okay, we have the Shakeology commission here, $32.50. That shouldn't change for now. You know, if it changes in the future, then I can update this, but don't need to change that cell. And then the cycle bonus is auto-populated based on the coach status that you entered above. If we scroll over to the side here, this in this scenario may not be that useful, the weekly sales projection. So this is based on what you entered on the side. So it's telling me that every week, if I want to sell 1 Shakeology a month, I need to sell a quarter of a Shakeology. So it's not really very useful, right? Who can sell a quarter Shakeology? No one, because it's not really possible. But you know, say you wanted to sell 12 Shakeologies in a month, this number would be 3. So it might be a little bit easier for you to see weekly goals based on that. So that's why I included this in this scenario. Again, not very useful, but could potentially be. So again, required challenge pack sales, it breaks your monthly goal down into weekly, and not very helpful here, selling a half a challenge pack in a week. And then your required cycles, I'm going to go into this on the bottom. I do have a description over here to break it down for you. This is back calculated based on some of your other goals, but I'll get into it down below. We're going to just, let's see, bonuses. Okay, so as a diamond or a 2-star diamond or above, you qualify for quarterly bonuses. So this is auto-populated based on, again, the coach status that you put up above. And I just want to put a little disclaimer out here to remember that these are quarterly bonuses, so they're paid quarterly. So even if you include them in your monthly income, you may not actually be getting that income in your hand in that month. So just something to think about. I tend to not like to include bonuses in my income projections. Mostly, I guess, though, that's because I've worked in the corporate environment where they're not guaranteed, and this seems to be more of a it's more likely that you'll get it in this scenario than necessarily in other scenarios that I've worked in, and perhaps that you've worked in as well. Okay, so let's see, diamond matching bonus projections. So when you are a diamond coach or above, you get a 10% bonus on any cycles for any of your personally sponsored coaches underneath you. So as a Ruby coach, this person will not qualify for this diamond matching bonus, but I'm going to fill this section in anyway, just so you can see how to fill it out. So number of personally sponsored Emerald coaches. So if they're a Ruby, they automatically have to have 2 Emerald coaches, right? But let's just say they have 3 Emerald coaches. It's just for fun. And their average weekly cycles per Emerald coach, let's say they are cycling 5 times a week. Okay. And their number of personally sponsored Ruby coaches. Let's say they have 1 Ruby coach, and their Ruby is cycling 7 times a month. The number of personally sponsored diamond or above coaches, they have 0. And and their matching are their weekly cycles. That so it has the wrong text there. I need to update that. Their weekly cycles is 0. Okay, so that's all filled out. Now we're going to scroll down to our monthly income estimator. So we have our monthly sales commissions, and this is based on the information that you put up above about how many challenge packs and Shakeologies you sell per month. So our total monthly from sales commissions is $477.50. The bonus, this is for the quarterly bonus. Now since they're Ruby, they don't qualify. That's why this is empty. If they were 2-star diamond or above, this cell would fill itself out. And then your weekly cycles required. So the weekly cycles required is back calculated. We take the required total monthly income from the top, which is $1,750 in this case, and I subtract the total sales, the quarterly bonus broken down monthly, and the total diamond matching bonus, and then I divide that number by the cycle rate for this rank, which for Ruby is $16, which again autofills here, and come up with the number of weekly cycles required to meet their income goals. Okay, so in this case, I would need to cycle 20 times at $16 each time, and I would make $318.13 per week on cycles. And we have this max weekly cycle bonus cell here. So for different ranks, there are maximums that you can earn as far as cycle bonuses. So for Emerald, you're limited to $250 a week. With Ruby, it goes up to $1,000. And then with each increase in rank, you increase by $1,000 up to $12,000. Let's see. It looks like this is hidden here, so let's just open that up. There we go. Increase by $1,000 for each advancement of rank up to $12,000. Okay, so then it just does a little check here, and it says, is this within an acceptable range? So is your weekly cycle bonus income less than your maximum weekly cycle bonus? And in this case it is, so you're all good. If we go down here, weekly diamond matching bonus, you can see it fills these cells out from the information we put in up above. However, this cell here is red and it's empty. And it is that way because this person is not a diamond coach. They don't qualify for this bonus. So it's not actually including these values here. I realize that may be a little bit confusing. That's why I color coded this so it seemed much clearer for people. And then you can see you can make your goal income here based on this. So you know that you need to be cycling at least 20 times per month. Okay, so let's look over here where we've got downline projections. So I took this one step further because I really wanted to get an idea of what my team needed to look like if I wanted to be cycling so often. So I have calculated monthly strong leg and weak leg volume requirements based on my required monthly cycles. So let's say this person, they need to cycle 20 times per week. That's 80 times per month. So I calculated the volume for that. Now let's assume an average monthly coach volume for all of the coaches in your immediate downline. So I'm going to assume 300 volume units for each person in my downline. And I also break this down weekly for you guys that think weekly. I do not. I have a little bit of a hard time with that, but got to get used to it, I guess, huh? And then, let's see, I've got calculated here my required strong leg coaches, 53, and my required weak leg coaches, 27. So this is just an estimate. Obviously, this average can vary pretty greatly. If your team is made up with just of discount coaches, you know, you would want to put like 100 average volume or less. If you have some real rock stars on your team, this number could be higher. And, you know, it can vary month to month, obviously, but it just gives you a general idea. You can start thinking about what your team really needs to look like and start building that out. You know, having 27 coaches on your left leg may seem intimidating, but if you think about what that might look like, you know, if you have a diamond coach underneath you, okay, that's one coach underneath you and then 8 coaches underneath them. So that's 9 right there. You know, you can play around with different scenarios and see kind of what that might look like for you. I think that would be a good next step if you're feeling kind of overwhelmed by these numbers. So all that being said, the spreadsheet is available for your use. Again, please only fill out the information in the yellow cells. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out to me and my contact information up here at the top. And have a great day. I hope this is useful for you. Thanks. Bye-bye.